How's it going, everybody? Hope your day is going well. Let's talk about 3 of the worst skills in the game. Just like in the previous video, we talked about 3 of the best. Now let's go with 3 of the worst. Now, do keep in mind, this is my opinion, so this is just my opinion, and yours may differ, and I would love to know yours. What 3 you dislike the most or think are the worst. Do keep in mind, these are skills. So they are the red and yellow icons on the character. As you can see, like right down here, a red one. These are not the blue or the auto skills or any of that. These are just the skills that you manually activate, the ones that you have manual control on, not the spells, the skills that are tied to a specific unit. So first off, right off the gate, I gotta go on the knight. We know how much the knight's bad. And I'm just kidding, the knight's not totally horrible, but anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Just a joke. The shadow skills. The shadow skills, I think, are utterly pointless. They go away after a while, and, you know, there's so much MP. It just don't, you know, they sound good, like, oh, it's a blocker, you know, you put it down and it holds a space and it takes up movement, and they're just so useless, because even if you could use them, even if they were good and you're looking at your knight, what are you going to remove? You're going to take Constitution off your knight? Okay, cool. Let's make the knight take more hits, because that's really the only thing you're going to remove on a knight to even make place for those. You're not going to remove Rampart Aura, because then your knight ain't going to hold anything down. And you're not going to remove Phalanx, because then your knight's just going to get slapped around. So, Constitution, or I guess just get rid of your finishers. One of those 2 is what you'd have to remove. I mean, knights have to have Rampart Aura and Phalanx, so I just find the shadow skills to be pointless, and there's just no reason to use them. Now, the next one, it might be kind of controversial. I don't know if many people are even really use it to begin with. I've played the whole game and never used this, so, I mean, maybe I'm just not up to speed with what the cool kids are doing. But I have never, ever even used or even knew this was a thing. Dragon's Wound. I probably knew it was a thing, but I just never cared. Now, it's on the Dragoon, and it removes dragon scales from a dragon. It sounds really good. Like, oh yeah, dragon scales, that's so annoying because it reflects and it, you know, reduces damage. But I never had a need to. I don't know, maybe I just don't encounter dragon scales enough. Or maybe I just can't find a slot. I don't know. I never used it in the game, and I never noticed any kind of punishment for it. Like, it sounds good, like on paper, but I didn't feel anything was harder or easier without it. You know, I had no idea. So I have over 200 hours, never touched it. So in my opinion, it's pretty useless if I have never even used it or forgot it even existed. So that's how I feel about that one. Now this one, I don't know too many people that use Cyclopses, but I figured I'd give a monster one in there. Sweaty Palms. Now, you might think, you know, Laden and Hobble, you're like, wow, I get 2 debuffs out of this. That's pretty nice. But I'm going to tell you right now, Laden and Hobble are just not worth your time. Something about slowing a unit down and reducing their movement just doesn't sit well with me. Laden pretty much makes it so they can't jump, and then Hobble makes it so they have reduced move. So you reduce their jump and their movement, but I don't know. I don't find the value in them, and I really couldn't think of any other monster skills too much that were bad, you know. So Cyclops was kind of the one that had to take the fall there. Even on the Octopus that has other problems. I mean, most of the Octopus's skills are good, you know, and Griffin and Cockatrice all have good ones. Dragons all have good ones. You know, there's probably something I'm missing that I haven't said, but I really couldn't find another one, so that's why the Cyclops had to take the blow. I figured I'd spread it out. But really, if you really look at it, there's not a lot of, like, skills in the game, you know, the red and yellow ones. There's not nearly as many as auto skills. Like, a lot of classes don't even have a red skill, you know, let alone 2 or 3. So it's kind of hard to make a list like this, but hey, you know, I figured I had to do it if I was going to go over the best ones. We got to get the best of both worlds. But let me know what you guys think. There's got to be stuff I've overlooked. There are classes I don't have, so there's a good chance that there's bad skills or good skills in those that I never, you know, caught or used. And I'm not going to go off of, you know, the internet or stuff. I like to experience something and then form an opinion, and if I haven't used it, I'm not going to talk about it, you know. So let me know what you guys think, what other classes I didn't cover that have really bad skills. that you think are some of the worst, because I'm missing a good probably 5-6 classes, maybe 8. I don't know, actually. I have to count sometime. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, later guys. Peace out. Have a good one.